Yeah, I have turned on my camera. My videos is not available. So I- I'll just I'll just quickly join again. So just give me 1 minute. 1 second. A very warm welcome to all of you. Sorry for there was a technical glitch. My camera was not turning on, so that's why it took some time. I have to join with other system. So a very warm welcome to all of you to this session of our NPTEL MOOC course on payment construction and technology. At the very beginning, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Rajan Choudhary, professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, who is the course instructor for this NPTEL MOOC course, Payment Construction and Technology, funded by Ministry of Education, Government of India. This particular course, giving a brief glimpse of it, this particular course is divided into 12 modules, having lectures, around 30 lectures under these 12 modules, where different aspects related to payment construction has been discussed with a focus on flexible payments, the bituminous payments, which are the most widely used in our country. So where different aspects related to the material composition, the subgrade, the construction of the subgrade, the construction of the granular courses, the construction of the bituminous bound courses, and the quality control aspects which needs to be taken care during the construction of these courses. And the we'll have a module which will be related to the payment markings, the signages which we'll have. We'll be discussing also about the aspects related to the distresses on the bituminous payments, the kind of treatments which we have, the kind of evaluation which we do in terms of the structure evaluation, functional evaluation, and thereafter we'll look into some of the recycling aspects of the flexible and bituminous payments. So I'm happy to see all of you here. Now, you all can interact, share me any information, details, any queries which you have related to the particular course. I'll be happy to answer to my full capacity.
Sir, good evening, sir. Sir, actually, I just want to know a little bit detail about this effective CVR, sir.
Okay. I think you mentioned a particular, I received one query also related to effective CVR.
Yes, sir. It's me only, sir.
Okay, okay, yes, yes.
Sir, when we take a soil sample from any borough area or any place, when we determine the CBR, that is in and we put load over there. So due to change, when we put load, the CBR value change. That is effective CBR, na?
No, that's not an effective CBR. See, if you have looked into the response which I mentioned, I'll share my screen and I'll open up that response which I have mentioned with you. Just a minute. I'll tell you from there. I'll explain what actually it means.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. See, this is I took a snapshot of that particular one, the query which was there. So what I want to mention here is, if there are two layers, see, when we are constructing a subgrade, there may be that we are constructing the subgrade from boro area soil, and there may be one layer we have constructed or two layers we have constructed. The third layer is coming up with some soil with having a different CBR. But now you have to consider, because when you need to work out the modulus of that particular one, you need to specify one modulus for the subgrade soil. So if there is, that means, if see, the first sentence says that when there is a significant difference between the CBR of the soils used in the subgrade, and this can be not only within subgrade, if I am using an embankment which is comparatively quite weak compared to my subgrade. So there may be, in that particular case, I need to work out the effective resilient modulus, because that I need to require to use in my, for the value which is required to be used for subgrade. So here, in this case, the two expressions which are already given in the IRC 37 says that you can, if the CBR is less than 5%, you can work out the MR in this first equation. If more than 5%, you can work out. So you get an estimated resilient modulus. Now, if you have these two layers, which may be, I am considering when my subgrade is having one CBR and my embankment is having second CBR. So, and which are significantly different. So in that particular case, I'll work out the resilient modulus for both my subgrade as well as embankment. And then I will determine, the important one is, using these, I will determine the surface deflection, which has to be as per the IIT Pave software, which is there with IRC 37. So this will give me the MRS value, which is my effective resilient modulus. So what I am entering here as per the standard Excel load radius of contact.
Hello. Hello. ड्राइंग का ये लगा दिया, सील मार दिया।
Yeah, I think there was a loss of, there was some connection interruption was there. Yeah. So my screen is still visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now here, once I got this effective resilient modulus, then I'll put up this particular effective resilient modulus, and the resilient modulus of other layers, and then I'll do the computations for IITP. But the practice, this is why we are doing all this exercise, because we are experiencing two different materials having different CBRs. It should not be something that I am trying to work it out effective. This particular one, I am working it out with this MRS. Can I indirectly work out the CBR?
Yes, sir.
But that is not making a sense, because why? Because I'm not aware why I prefer to work out indirectly the CBR of the soil. The CBR of my subgrade and embankment should be known to me. And then I'll proceed. If there is significant difference it is existing, which may be within subgrade layers also, then I'll proceed for determining the effective resilient modulus. If that is not there significant, I can directly use these first two equations, work out the resilient modulus, use it for my IIT Pave to work out the different pavement crust compositions. So the other way around it should not be used. Yes.
With this IIT Pave, we will find the deflection only, no, sir?
Yeah, we will find the deflection.
So deflection is nothing but basically putting a load on the putting a load. Deflection is only caused when when there is a load, na sir?
Yeah, deflection is caused when a load is applied. Yes.
What I mean to say, this MRS values, this we are getting this model of resilient with this formula. Okay, and deflection we are calculating. Now we can calculate. There is a formula, sir, to determine there is a correlation between MRS and CBR. There is a formula in IRC 37, sir. MRS is equals to. Yes, sir. So
yes, yes. Yes,
so
I'll mention what you are saying. This particular one, I'll just put up this particular. The code is there in the module where we can have this IRC 37. I'll just show this particular one. Just give me. In which one we have this one? Yes. I hope what you want to refer is this one. Where I'll try to work it out. This is effective resilient modulus. What we are discussing is confined. So yes, here you can see this is effective resilient modulus. Now, is this page visible to you?
It was only previous page only.
Yes. Now, can you, where you want to refer this particular one? Here, we are having the resilient modulus of this one, which has been determined. And then comes the, here on this page, we have the effective resilient modulus.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'm where you want to refer now? Can you tell me?
No, okay, sir. This MRS now when we find this MRS is given to be constant of 100 in this IRC 37, sir.
Yes.
So we can find this putting this MRS in 17.65 CBR to the, we can find if we means what I mean to say, when we determine a modulus of resilient and put in this value of MRS is equal to 17.65 into CBR, and we determine CBR from this, then this CBR is effective CBR?
No. See, this should not go in this particular manner, because what we determined the effective resilient modulus was using the IIT which relies on the 3-layer elastic theory.
Yes, sir.
Through which we computed the deflection and then we worked out the effective resilient modulus.
Yes, sir.
So it should not go in the other way around, that I have the that's not a good practice. Say I'll give you a simple example. If I am having, say, you might be aware we have the bituminous binder.
Yes, sir.
If I have a penetration value of a bituminous binder, and or with that particular one, if I am able to get some idea about the viscosity, but then through viscosity, I should not able to predict penetration in the reverse manner.
Okay.
So that should not be done. Here, the challenge is CBR is the one which can be conventionally done by most of the laboratories. But MR is a parameter for which we require a triaxial setup. And then we can work it out. So many of the labs may not be having it. So that's why there is a using a standard relationship depending upon different ranges of CBR. It has been worked out that okay, this particular one, when CBR is found to be this one, we can estimate the resilient modulus. Now this resilient modulus we want to use in the pavement design. So there the second concern is there may be in subgrade construction also. You may not be able to use the same soil because there may be a certain borrow area which may get exhausted in 2 layers of construction of subgrade, and the third layer may be requiring a soil with a different CBR significantly. So yes, I need to work out a effective CBR, or I'll say effective CBR, or I'll preferably say, because I have to input my value in terms of resilient modulus.
Okay.
So then what I did, I indirectly worked out the resilient modulus using these equations. Then I made use of the IIT software to get the deflection. With that deflection, I got this effective resilient modulus for my combined composition.
Okay,
and this I'll use for my pavement crust evaluations. But not a good practice that once you have this one, and then indirectly I'll get CBR of the soil, and then I'll check whether my CBR in field is meeting or not.
Okay. Okay, just sir, one just for my ears sake, this
yes,
once we determine this MRS using this formula, now what is the next step, sir? Just
now you have, this is your effective resilient modulus with a, so there in the IIT software you have to enter the requirement, what is the strength component for your subgrade, where you will putting up this effective resilient modulus.
Okay, sir.
This you will use there now to represent the strength of your subgrade. So this takes care whether the subgrade itself was having some variation, or the subgrade was constructed at over a poor embankment, which have a different, significantly different properties.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So that the representation of your subgrade support will be in terms of your effective resilient modulus.
Effective resilient. Okay.
Hope I am able to clear it to certain extent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is a little bit complex everywhere.
Yes, I understand. I understand. See, but these relationships, you may not be very well aware that these relationships may not be equally applicable. That when I am estimating a resilient modulus through CBR, so how good it is to estimate from resilient modulus the CBR.
Yes, sir.
So that is what. So in practice, in field, one is always preferred that since CBR can be determined, so CBR needs to be worked out, and then we need to see if we are finding that the CBR is significantly different, then we'll work it out the effective resilient modulus. If we are finding that there is no much difference between your embankment and subgrade, then whatever CBR of subgrade is there, we'll get the MR for it, and then you will use the MR in your crust computations.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes.
Rajiv ji. So, anyone else with any other question? And you will find, because many of our codes are getting continuously revised. Yes, so you might find it at certain stages, some challenges, that certain statements are a bit different in some specifications, because there may be some specifications which may be recently revised, but still there are certain old ones which still have some statements which may slightly differ from the revised versions.
Okay, sir.
I think Dept Parmar is there. Dept Parmar. Dept, I'm not able to get your voice. Can you be a bit louder? Unfortunately, because of this technical glitch, I was late in joining, so I'm not very sure that. And you can preferably write, if you are finding it difficult, you can write in the chat box also.
Yes, sir.
if something you want to, if you are finding it difficult to connect, you can write in the chat box also. And definitely my email ID is there. You can put up here also. You have this scope for putting up your queries. So I'll always prefer whatever to my best scope. I'll always try to put up the practical solutions, explanations for your queries.
So normally, when there is a what you say that when we are using rock as a rock fill in this for just not for the one as a rock fill for this construction of embankment, what kind of roller can we use, sir?
Rock fill in embankment construction. Can you elaborate more about it? What kind of filling in embankment?
Rock fill, sir. Rock fill means aggregate border size of less than 300 mm, sir.
Okay.
It is given in the mod. It is given in the mod.
Yeah, it is given. Rock fill embankments are there. Rock fill embankments are mentioned, so it can be used. So I'll prefer to mention this particular one, that what you are looking specifically. I think, as far I recall, we have a mention for vibratory rollers for use of rock fills, because the important aspect is we need to rearrange the particles for a better density.
Yes,
and they are specifically more preferred over the smooth-wheeled ones.
Shipfoot will not work, I think, sir.
That will not work. That will preferably not work. It will be basically the vibratory rollers that will be more suitable for this.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And I'll always recommend, because see, pavement construction is a very big domain.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's a very big domain because it involves a lot of materials. Even during these lectures, you might have seen I mentioned only very few codes over it, possibly, but there are many more which needs to be referred specifically for individual materials also. Yes, so so when we are making this combination of it, I'll always suggest, because, and unfortunately many a times some of these may not be available because some recently revised ones may not be available also. So, and there are certain challenges which are experienced with respect to the field also, because and that's why you might have seen that we are getting a very fast revision in last few years. There have been major revisions which have been taking place for individual courses also, because a lot of work is now with new materials are also coming up.
Yes, sir.
So there again, those new materials are having some specific requirements in terms of their testings, in terms of even for bituminous mixes. You might have heard nowadays a lot of modification with crumb rubber, plastic, warm mix technology, modified binders. So a good amount of practical information along with the codal specifications are very important to finally get a good quality surface.
Yes, sir.
I think this meeting will automatically end up at the given period of time, because it's a time which have been, so some of the queries which might have been missed by some of you or which comes up to you, you can always put up. I'll wait till the window is open. So if later on also some more queries are there, next month again we will be meeting for this particular course in the month of September also.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
Afternoon,
good
sir.
evening.
Sir, myself, Jay Solanki. Sir, I have one doubt. Like
Mr. Jay.
how precast industry can enter in highway sector, like in a probable way, in which manner they can enter, and how they can make change in our construction industry, sir.
Specifically, which industry you mentioned?
Like precast concrete is there.
Yes.
Then
Yeah, we for precast concrete, I think specifically in rigid payments, a good amount of work has been is going on specifically, because in rigid payment construction they are looking for the research is there where because we have then the precast or prefabricated slabs can be used, and other way around specifically when we have these say for our purposes, we can look into the construction of, say, the curbs can be there, or I think the utility coverings can be there.
yes.
So these are the where some cement concrete construction is involved. There can be, because we do in situ casting of curbs also.
Yes.
So precast curbs can be there. Specifically nowadays, we at many places we have the drains also, covered drains are also there, and other related aspects, other construction related aspects. But these are some of the areas precast related works can be explored.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Jay.
Sir, is it possible to precast flexible payment?
Precast flexible payment, it is not that rigid, so we can't have these casted slabs of bituminous mixes and can be brought to the field and laid. So we that is still these layers are not having that much stiffness.
Sir, but recently there is a white topping for the
Yes.
White topping precast
Yes.
is on
Surface treatment, white topping is there. Yes.
Yes, sir, sir. And also, sir, latest NHS circular is there. All the works, including like a boundary wall, a drain, these are all to be done by only precast only. Even
Yes.
even this also culvert are also been currently done in precast only, sir.
Yes. Yes, this is again, even we are nowadays, you might have been observing some works are going on, especially with this is cement grouted bituminous macadam is there.
Cement grouted bituminous, yes, yes, sir.
So that is another one things in due course of time when more, because these are some trial stretches have been done with it, with more experience, specifically field related experience once gained over these mixes, possibly something may come up in. Yes, I have heard about these the precast flexible payments also, but we doesn't have much of the current available experiences with these precast carpeted flexible payments today.
Thank you, sir.
Hello all.
Yes. So now what I'm having, because the time which has been given to me. Yes, please. Can I have a quick, because if any, I just want to know about mastic asphalt sheet laying procedure and from which standard. The Okay, I'll drop a message. We have the MRTH also specification which gives the information for this mastic asphalt, specifically which is laid for intersections. So the details are there with this particular one. I'll share this information. So I would like to thank you, all of you, for being here for this particular one. I'll appreciate you keep on posting your queries related to these courses. I'll be happy. We'll be meeting again next month. And thank you, all of you, for being here. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.